It's a chant that is becoming all too familiar in the coastal part of the country and very much associated with the group's separatist agenda. The Mombasa Republican Council, or MRC, does not only seek autonomy of Mombasa, but the entire coastal region. Something that is documented along the streets of Mombasa brazenly. A group with its origins very much in Kwale County, in an area known as Tiwi Matuga constituency, under the chairmanship of Omar Hassan Momnwadzi. Theirs is a movement that they say seeks to liberate the coastal region owing to alleged marginalization by successive governments.
Wewe uko na mtu lakini anakuumiza. Utakubali ukaa naye wewe.
Second city Kenya ni ipi? Pwani. Mombasa eh? Nataka munitajie national school zilizoko Mombasa ni ngapi? Je, hatufai kwa national school? Hatufai kwa university?
They claim to have no funding, no sponsors, and no political affiliations. And the impetus emanates from an agreement they claim proves the coastal region was never a part of Kenya. In 1895, an agreement was made between Great Britain and Zanzibar under the supervision of the government, in which Mombasa was to remain a protectorate under the British. Before Kenya's independence, however, extensive talks were held on whether or not this 1895 agreement should be altered. It was established that the coastal strip was not economically viable on its own and that the port of Mombasa was too important for Kenya and the East African region in general. So it was recommended that the Sultan of Zanzibar be compensated and the region be made officially part of Kenya. And thus, in the 1963 Lancaster negotiations between the British and the Kenyans, the deal was sealed and the coast's hopes for autonomy disappeared, despite some groups then, like the Mwambao United Front, seeking independence. But the MRC claimed that there are other documents indicating that another agreement signed in 1963 by the then Prime Minister Jomo Kenyatta and his Zanzibar counterpart Mohamed Shamte gave the provision of a 50-year lease, which meant that the government was to return the region to the indigenous people by 2013.
Ndio hii MRC sasa imejitokeza kuweza kumuokoa mpwani, kumtoa katika madhila na unyanyasaji wa dhuluma iliyoko pwani.
We have not seen those agreements. We are not privy to those agreements. Let them come and share with us.
The area they claim is the coast from Kiunga to Vanga and up to Sultan Hamud. But the government has already listed the MRC as among the 33 groups that were declared illegal organized criminal groups through a Gazette notice issued in 2010.
It is an illegal group. It is a illegal group. And we do not want to open a Pandora's box where we start dialoguing with an illegal group. Because what will happen to the other ones? You are aware that we have Chinkororo. You are aware that we have Jesse Lauze. You are aware that we have Mungiki.
But they operate with no fear. This meeting in broad daylight just across the main road in Likoni, erecting their flag and calling for secession and support for their cause.
Ni haki tunayoitafuta, hatutafuti dhulma, hatutafuti kunyonga watu au kudhulumu watu.
And this is just one of the main reasons why the movement has been gaining popularity. That its leaders are marketing it as advocating for a righteous cause through the churches and mosques.
Wana haki ya kuongea hayo. Ndiposa kanisa likasema basi tunawaunga mkono. Lakini waende na kufuata sheria ya nchi.
Kama ingelikuwa uongozi huu una manufaa katika mwananchi wa kawaida, hakungelikuwa na fujo kama hili leo. Kwa sababu watu waishachunguza kwamba asilimia ya uchumi wa Kenya watoka pwani. Lakini hakuna katika mtu aliye maskini katika Kenya kama mtu wa pwani.
But for a group the government has since declared illegal, where is the police while all this is going on, one may wonder. Coast MPs are divided on the matter.
We all agree that they have a very genuine list of grievances. But the way they're going about addressing, those grievances is where we seem not to share with the way they want to go about in finding solutions.
All their points are valid and they need to be called on the table for negotiations. And if the issue of raising that they have an agreement and the government or Pwani si Kenya, then let's discuss it on the table.
Hiyo maneno ni maneno ya zamani zile ambazo hata siwezi nikazitaja kwa sababu zimepitwa na wakati.
The group has already lodged a case in court seeking to be recognized as a legal entity. It seeks to stop elections from being held in the coastal region until the matter is resolved. They say they are ready to dialogue, but only if the illegal tag is removed by the government. The government says it will not remove the tag until they drop their secessionist demands. And sources within government say the MRC is currently ranked only second to the Al-Shabaab in terms of national security threats. A proscribed group, but one that is determined in its course, that even with its illegal tag, the MRC continues to set up structures and rule the people. What's more, for the government, with no distinctive mark on them, there's just no telling who can be a member of the MRC. Hussein Mohammed, Citizen TV in Mombasa County.